Hi, I'm Andrew Wasson. Thanks for tuning in to my weekly guitar blog. It's November 11th, 2012, and this week we're going to discuss how to invent guitar exercises. Now, this question was sent in from Bruce. He's out in Inglewood, California, and he wrote in asking, I need to get better with my fretboard hand dexterity. There are a few exercises I've tried getting into, but even after doing them, I still feel that I play guitar sticking to the standard, convenient fingerings. I prefer to be able to create my own exercises. What kind of advice could you offer to me for coming up with my own repeatable pattern exercises for fretboard hand dexterity? From Bruce in Inglewood, California, USA. Well, thanks for writing in, Bruce. Creating guitar exercises begins by selecting a series of notes from any scale or mode or combination thereof, and then experimenting with different combinations until a logical, repeatable pattern emerges. The primary goal in creating these kinds of exercises is one where the fretboard fingers are truly active in a routine that feels almost unnatural or even awkward. And I personally aim to create exercises that, number one, have note groupings that are either using all picked notes or apply hammer-ons and pull-offs. And number two, exercises that really work at developing the third and fourth fingers of the fretboard hand. So to help you get a much better idea of how this can be done, let's zoom in on the neck and have you try some examples. The first exercise is one that uses a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs. And something to keep in mind when creating these studies is to apply ample use of the weak fingers on your fretboard hand. And this study places a lot of stress upon the small finger with a pull-off occurring at the end of the study. So here's how this first idea, example number one, operates. It's off the 4th string, 5th fret. We do a double hammer-on going chromatically. Then we move to the 3rd string and we do a hammer-on pull-off. And then we're going to move to the 4th string and we're going to do a pull-off. This is the difficult part between the ring finger into the ring finger from the small finger. So here's the whole idea. Here's a little faster. And you can move it. You can also move them vertically as well. Once you move them around the neck in all locations, you'll start really getting a handle on how the fingers can develop in an effective way with this type of hammer-on pull-off study. Now let's move to the next exercise, which is a picking drill where the fretting hand will need to keep up pace with the pick hand so that all the notes connect properly throughout the study. Now, since so many players tend to have a weakness between the ring and the small finger of the fretboard hand, this study will also place a really good idea of getting stress going on those fingers. So in the 7th fret to the 8th fret is where we're going to start on the ring finger going to the small finger. So we're going to go fret 7 to 8 on the 3rd string, back to 7, over to 5, back to 7 and 8. And then we're going to cross over with the middle finger taking 6th fret as 2nd string, and then coming back to the 8th fret to wrap up. Here it is. You can move that around. Okay, and like with the other one, you can move it vertically as well. Now, in the next study, we return once again to the world of applying hammer-ons and pull-offs with an overall feel that this time pushes into the index finger much more. So in this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to start on 4th string on the 6th fret, and we're going to pull off to the 5th fret. We're going to go to the 3rd string next, 7th fret going to 5th. And then back to that 6 and 5 on 4th string. Then we're going to go 8 to 5 on the 3rd string. And of course you can move this one as well. And you can move that vertically if you wanted to also. Moving it all along the neck into all the locations of the fretboard. Now, the last exercise I have goes back once again to developing connected picking movements between the left and right hands. It forces good technique for all the fretboard hand fingers and will help with pick hand tracking as the study moves vertically. So we're going to start with this one off of the 5th fret of the 4th string. We're going to go from 5th to 8th, and then 6th to 7th frets on that same string. Then we're going to cross over into the 3rd string and start new here, going 6, 7, and then 5/8. So it's just sort of a changeover from the first one. And then we'll just continue it along vertically into the next strings again, right across the guitar. So it's a really effective exercise for getting patterning happening with the fretboard hand. Well, as you could probably guess, creating original fretboard exercises that will work in combination with other parts of your warm-up routine, plus ones that will help expand your dexterity, will obviously take time to develop. And after approximately 3 or 4 weeks of working on them, you'll very likely need to create some new exercises to replace the ones that you're getting good at. So by creating original fretboard exercises, it means that you'll need to not only get creative with how you're thinking, but you'll also need to be considering a constant readjustment of note patterns to study and practice to continue with expanding your exercise routines. So take your time, keep a study log, and strive for creating highly functional exercises that will stretch both your abilities and your guitar technique overall. Anyway, that's about all the time I have for today. As always, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great week, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye for now.